In our family, our FAS child is our youngest. So I think there's an unwritten law that says siblings do not have to love one another the way parents have to love them all. And for many years, when she did some of the strange, unacceptable things that she would do, siblings did not understand when she would destroy their things or break things or hide things. She was mad at them, she'd hide their stuff. Once we had our diagnosis, that changed totally. Because they were older, I think, they understood she had organic brain damage. Yes. A lot of this was not her fault, and all four of them immediately became very protective.
Parents can certainly set a tone, and siblings learn from the tone that's set by the parents. And I think the good news is that research in families who have raised children with a variety of disabilities shows that siblings often grow up to have very high self-esteem and a lot of respect as individuals by virtue of the experience they've had growing up in this kind of a family.
Take care to distribute a fair share of household chores to a child with FAS. That way his siblings see him as part of the household. And remember that all children need praise, not only those with alcohol-related problems. Find time to spend alone with each child every day, 10 minutes at bedtime or a walk after school. Try having family meetings once a week so that everyone's feelings are heard.
One of the problems we found with our daughter was in friendships. Because she was socially and emotionally younger than her chronological age, she found very quickly that kids of her age were very intolerant of behavior that was unusual. And so what would happen is she would always end up playing with kids that were 2 or 3 years below her. And what would happen even with them, as they began to grow, she would fall farther and farther behind. And this was a great source of anguish to her and to us as well, because we really couldn't explain to her what the problem was in terms that she could understand. And it really seemed to aggravate her sense of loneliness.
She didn't know what a friend was. She doesn't get the concept of friend and what you shouldn't do for a friend. Got her in a lot of trouble, a lot of trouble.
I think for many children with FAS, the give and take that's required in a friendship just isn't very well understood. Oftentimes they seem to miss the really subtle social cues of communication like tone of voice and gestures and facial expressions. They go only on the very concrete information that's said in words, and that doesn't convey everything that's required for a good friendship.
Can we make a happy face?
Something as simple as looking at faces, learning to interpret what you see in a book or pictures from magazines can often help children practice what an emotion is and how it's reflected in someone's facial expression.
Oh boy, excited! What makes you excited?
Your child will play better with others if she isn't tired or overstimulated. Choose weekends and mornings for play dates. If your child is having difficulty in his friendships, try to identify a sport or social activity where he can be successful on his own. Bowling, for instance, or art lessons.